So take us back to like when you were in Vegas. I know like we briefly touched a little bit about on the last time you sat down with us, but Frank Mir was your training partner for a while.
Yeah, I helped I helped Frank get ready for Fedor.
That's really?
Nuts. I did.
Did you help him win?
The issue there, Frank went back to Lionheart mode.
Mm-hmm.
He got clipped.
Man,
you hit. I got to get this hit back, and he got away from the game plan. And as you can see, Fedor just hopped back and just clipped his chin and enough to rock him. But I mean, we had a great camp.
I hear he's a good dude.
He is.
I heard he's always carrying knives around with him. Is that true?
I don't know. I don't remember seeing any knives with him.
He's always like prepared to like fight to the death.
Right?
He's
a big conceal and carry advocate. He talks about
then he's concealed well. He's concealed very well because I have never seen a knife, firearm, or anything. No.
If anybody really would need one, it would be Frank Mir.
You would think, but in Vegas.
Yeah, how is it living out there, man? Did you like it?
It depends where you live. If you're in Henderson, Summerlin, Red Rock, like there's
Northwest
outside of Vegas is fine. Anywhere along the mountains is fine. Anywhere like at the base of the mountains is fine. Inner Vegas, yeah, let's not live there. A lot of bums, a lot of roaches,
people watching.
A lot of crickets, a lot of.
Well, no crickets now. I'm glad you said that. No, you see that?
Those aren't crickets.
Right.
I know somebody in Vegas, and I was on FaceTime, and what I saw,
they're talking to you, and like grasshoppers are jumping in their mouth.
Yeah, those aren't crickets.
You know what it is? I seen like a bug specialist or whatever. Mm-hmm. They're saying that they had a really wet spring, so those insects migrated north into Vegas. They said give them about a week or two, they'll be gone.
Sounds good. My theory. You guys plan to attack Area 51? Area 51 is attacking you.
There you go.
That's
you know
my
what?
theory.
That's probably right. I'll take that.
It's some angry bugs, and that's just a taste.
Let's just release 2 million bugs since they think they want to come play.
But I've seen these videos, man. It's just like you're watching like a doorway
on the strip
to get inside of a casino, and there are
10,000 bugs
easily
on the ground, on the door, and flying around.
I mean, it's like you see more bugs than you see concrete on the sidewalk.
I've never seen Vegas, the strip, this empty during the day until now.
So this is like one of those like biblical,
like yes, right. Exactly.
Type,
there was a movie. There was a movie filmed in Vegas, like in the desert, that was something biblical, and there was like a field of locusts, like the whole sky went black, and when I saw them posted videos in Vegas now, I was like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they were saying that people were pumping fuel, or they would pull up to a gas station and were afraid to get out of their vehicle.
You got to think, it's like a swarm. It's a swarm.
Exactly. Really? And they're not just in one area. They're like all over Vegas.
They're everywhere.
They said give about like 2 weeks and they'll be gone.
Well, I mean,
so now now with that being said, that brings spiders. That brings scorpions, rodents, that brings rats, everything. Now everything is about to be 10 times worse in Vegas.
You know, in California, everyone's talking about like the homeless problem out there. And
Skid Row.
I guess some like local people were concerned about dogs eating some rat poisoning. So they outlawed rat poison, and they actually got rid of the people that were in charge of killing rats, and there is plagues happening there that haven't been seen since like the 1800s that are turned typhus.
I feel like it's all planned. I'm gonna be honest. If you have a homeless problem, what do? Nobody's scared about dogs eating rat poisoning. Rat poison's been around for centuries. Mm-hmm. Nobody's ever complained about this till now. So now you do away with rat poison. Now you got 2 million rats carrying all type of diseases.
So you're saying they should use the blankets that the government gives them?
Probably not. I mean, but hey, don't quote me on this.
Are you a conspiracy guy, man?
I'm not a big conspiracy guy, but I'm
kind of a conspiracy guy.
Kind of like I'm a realist. I'm an optimistic realist. Like there's it can be that, but now let's look at what it really could be. We'll keep that option there, but let's look at a real possibility here. You got a huge LA is worth. There's millions of dollars in LA. They have a Skid Row where for blocks it's nothing but homeless people. Blocks,
6 miles
downtown LA.
Yeah, dude, it's 6 miles long.
Broken down trailers, RVs, tents set up on the sidewalk. Like it's bad.
Dude, here, let me give you. I've been reading into this. There's 60,000 people that are homeless in that area. All of their waste washes right into the ocean.
Oh,
so they had like porta potties set up on the occasional corner, and they became areas of prostitution and drug use. So it was like it's like little areas where people get paid. Yeah, just to kind of turn a trick or get high.
Jeez, man. So what are you doing on September 21st, man? You want to go to Area 51 with me or what?
Probably not. I don't deal with bugs too well. I thought about it though. Honestly, I did. I was like, wait a minute.
It's a ruse.
If all these people go, I'll go like maybe.
I'll be part of the third wave.
Exactly.
I'll be in the
first two
with the binoculars.
Okay, it's clear. They're out of ammo. Let's go.
I'll be up on that little hill calling the shots. All right.
The tanks have run out of ammo. Let's go down there.
The aliens are right there. You can just go. Go.
I thought it was funny because a lot of the celebrities were getting behind it.
Oh,
like Steve Austin, he was like, I'm coming, I signed.
Yeah.
Everyone
giving everybody stunners.
I was like, all right, this would be dope. Be a pretty nice turnout.
Yeah, I think I think the guy who started it, he did it as a joke.
And it went
just
haywire.
blew up.
But that's got to be like your 15 seconds of fame.
Yeah,
right?
it's the fad. You know what I mean? Like 2017 was a fidget spinners, and it's this year it's Area 51.
Tide Pods.
Tide Pods was last year.
And they're eating these Tide Pods. Like, what? Where are we going? Are we moving backwards?
There was a candy company that actually came up with like replica Tide Pods. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, that's why kids were eating them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, jeez, man. Yeah. Well, hey, I mean, I'll be there September 21st, man. I'll be
on
there. So we keep getting sidetracked. For everybody at home that doesn't know, like we sit around and talk crap all the time, so we get off on tangents. But the camp with Mir and then watching the fight, like we keep getting all this story. What was the camp like? What was the blueprint, and then what was it like to watch the fight? So although obviously you always want to win, it was still a tremendous fight to be Frank Mir against.
It had been years in the making. Everybody had been waiting for it. The camp was it was in Vegas and it was in Russia. Of course, I didn't go to Russia.
Yeah.
But when he was in town in Vegas, I was his guy. We did a lot of situational grappling and sparring. The sparring was great.
Now, how did you wind up in his camp to begin with?
So training at Mayweather's, I met a guy, Angelo Reyes. That's his name.
Okay.
We had talked over the years. He saw me kind of being stagnant, but he knew that my stand up was decent. So he was like, I got Frank. He's got a fight coming up. I can introduce him. You be a part of the camp. You can learn. Yada yada. I was like, okay, cool, let's do it.
Good opportunity.
It was.
Well, that's just kind of how it works out there, too.
Yeah, and I made a connection. Like I met his wife, his entire family. He's got a gym he's about to open up out there.
In Vegas?
In Vegas.
Man, how many gyms open and close in Vegas? But go ahead, man.
Well, but there's a name behind this gym. If there's a name behind the gym, it's a different story.
Well, Sean Porter had a gym.
Sean Porter's gym was in the worst part of Vegas. It was a block from the Strip.
Was it a boxing gym or was it like
he had his boxing ring in there, but it was more so for
conditioning, right?
Yeah, but look at the conditioning.
Is Cobra Kai still open out there or no?
No,
they're done, right?
It's in Milwaukee.
Yeah, but his gym was a block off the Strip, but it was behind the Stratosphere, and like that part of Vegas is where a lot of the prostitution and junkies are. So you can't.
So where is this at?
You mind write down the address for me?
so go ahead. Back to what you were saying.
But Frank Mir, the game plan, like if I'm not mistaken, the game plan was to keep it standing. Fedor is a solid guy on the ground. He's strong from his previous career.
Sambo, yeah,
exactly.
World champion.
we're gonna keep it standing. We're gonna move. We're gonna touch. We're gonna move. And he came out. It was working. He touched Fedor. Okay, cool. I was like, yes. I helped him get ready for this. Here we go.
Telling everyone, hey, I know him.
I'm sitting with his family, ringside.
Oh man,
I'm sitting right there, and I mean, let's go, Frank.
Where were you watching it at?
It was at the Allstate Arena.
Okay.
I was right there with him. Like, wife, his oldest daughter, his son, his youngest son. And I'm sitting right there. I've been with these people for the last 4 weeks, the last month. So we became real close.
Man.
What happened? Somehow Frank went down. What did Fedor throw that drop Frank? It didn't drop him, but it he went to the ground. I don't remember what it was, but Frank pops up. They're tied, yada yada yada. Separate. Frank lunges in. Fedor clips him and drops him. And my heart dropped.
Oh, you knew it was it. Huh?
It dropped. Because you can watch in MMA, when that body drops. You can tell what's going on. And you just seen him just fall forward. Boom. And Fedor gave him a couple more. And my jaw dropped. My heart dropped. And then I got pissed. Like, bitch, you lucky that's not me in there. Like, that instantly was like, I don't give a fuck who you are. I would tear your ass up. I look over his youngest son. He's hurt. To see the older kids, they've been around. They know what it is. They know what's going on. His youngest son was hurt.
Was that rough?
It was rough.
Oh, you got to remember, man, every dad is the kid's hero.
In fact, he probably looks up to him the most because he's the youngest. And he's, the youngest child is always the spoiled one. They get all the love and attention.
Well, they're also usually the most athletic, too, as they're trying to keep up with the older kids.
That's very true. His daughter is the most athletic, in my eyes. Okay. She plays football.
Oh,
she's a linebacker in a DN.
No.
She what? And she would come to the gym with us and be sparring with her dad and be what? Alpha all the way.
How cool is that?
Yeah, it is. She's gonna be a problem. She's definitely gonna be a problem.
That's
but
cool,
though. His youngest son was hurt, and I was holding him. Like his wife, she gave him to me. Because we were going to take him to the back, and like he didn't even want to look at anybody. He had his hands was in his head, like he was really down and out.
Wow.
But it really pissed me off when it happened.
How was Frank afterwards?
He's been in there enough
right.
It's his business. Yeah,
I let you guys down.
It hurts, but
it hurts. But it's
business.
It's business. He understood what it was.
What are you expecting with Sherman?
A lot of power. A lot of power from him.
What about on your end?
Pain.
Me? I'm expecting me to be me. I'm expecting me to be calm, move my defense.
Are you going to try to get a round in before you go out there? You're kind of a slow starter sometimes.
I am. That's me, though. Like, because I just can't jump into a fight. I've never just been able to come out and just unload. No, I got to fill you out. I got to see your steps, your timing, your angles.
Yeah, but you like to get hit once or twice.
I do.
You get
I do. If you look at all my fights,
yeah,
I think except for maybe Shoemaker, I didn't. But
no, with Shoemaker, it's not his style.
Yeah, Linderman came out, boom, boom, boom. Oh, okay, right. I cracked a smile as soon as he came, and then he got me again with something else. Okay,
you gotta be careful with Sherman like that, though.
Definitely. Now I don't have to get hit though. Just him throwing. And him forcing me to move is going to wake me up. So even if he doesn't land anything, just me having to move is going to wake me up. And now it's like, okay, yeah, now I'm loose. Now I'm flowing. Let's get to it. Let's see where it goes.
You try to find your finish on this one or what?
I think so.
You could do this one.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. But I'm not going to look for it because that's where...
No, it's got to present itself.
Yeah, it's got to present itself.
Yeah.
When you go looking, it never plays out the way you want it. You gas yourself and... I don't know. That may not happen this fight. The road work has been there. Then when I do get with Steve, I think we did 10 rounds. Last Wednesday, did 10 rounds sparring, rotating guys. Every round was a different guy. Then after that, half-mile jog, 10 40-yard sprints.
Okay, so you're doing both cardio muscles.
Oh, listen.
That's why people make mistakes, man. People make mistakes on that, man.
We're getting to it. 10 40-yard sprints, and the first sprint sets the time. The next 9 have to be at that time or better. I had one.
It doesn't count.
I had one that didn't make the time. Out of 10, I had.
That's
one.
pretty freaking good, man.
This is after the sparring, after the jog. Then after the sprints, we go back to the gym.
Steve, man.
I got that bowling pin. Or whatever it is that the old guys used, that John Sullivan used back in the day, and we're
Indian sledgehammer. Oh, the clubs or the hammer?
The clubs. We did 6 rounds
over your head. Or?
Yep, side to side, 6 rounds intervals. The club, then we go to sledgehammer on the tire, back and forth. This is at the end of everything else we've already done. So and I'm not complaining.
Do you just like throw your clothes away after these workouts? Or what? I mean,
it was at that point. It was just shorts, shoes, no shirt, and nothing else.
You're in your Tarzans in a gym,
pretty much. But I mean, I got to it. There was no complaining. There was no bitching from me. I never slowed down. Like I was really.
How often are you doing that? How many days a week, bro?
The week starts with Monday, and then it goes to Tuesday, and it goes to Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm having a meltdown right now. It's usually on sparring days. Okay. I'm not there every day.
Yeah, because you can't be heavy like that every day. You can't.
No.
You can't.
No.
A couple times a week.
You hurt yourself.
Yeah, it's no.
Like cardio is one thing.
Cardio is one thing, and like even the road work is every day hurts.
Yeah,
shins, splints, your feet, and your knees, like that stuff.
Adds up, man.
I have CBD oil that I rub on there, and I love it.
You getting a chiropractor at all, or
no? I should, because the way my little spine, I got a little pinched nerves here and there. Every day I wake up, it's like, oh God. Let me stretch. Let me loosen it up. But I got some things lined up over the next week, kind of get me back to square one, get me back right. So we'll be all right.
I can tell you, like you leaned out a little bit, man.
That's what everyone's been saying.
You can see your face.
You look good. You look good. You look real now. I don't feel good.
Lies.
You're never gonna.
It's a cardio. You got to do it. You got to do it.
You have to. You definitely have to. And I don't look like I'm one of those fighters though. That's what throws people off the most. Like Chase.
I think they're kind of mad about that too, to be honest.
A lot of people are because they're like, "How's this guy 0-1? He's fighting for the belts already. Like, what's going on with this? How does this work out?" There's other guys who had multiple fights that should be fighting me, but they're not. I'm like, well, hey, don't ask me, ask Felton.
Yeah,
that's the promotion.
You make
it's
it.
not me.
Maybe
he's the only guy that accepted the fight.
Well, no, I mean, from a promoter standpoint, obviously.
Oh no! Now from that, I understand. He's a hometown guy. He's a local guy. He's going to sell tickets.
You got to put guys on a card that can sell tickets. And if you got a guy on there that could fight, hey, if Sherman wins the title, man, that's huge for them.
Facts. It is. And they're going to be in Biloxi on a consistent basis. So he's going to bring 100, 200, 300 as it grows on. If he gets it, as he goes on, he's going to bring more and more people.
He sold every bit of 300 tickets.
I can believe it. I can believe it. Bring that. Yes.
So you're walking here as the villain, man.
That's fine. That's been my whole career.
Who's going to be cornering you?
Steve, Lloyd, and DeRay.
Lloyd,
too.
Steve, Lloyd, and DeRay.
Yeah, that's a rough crew.
That is.
Hey, you know what?
That's a strong crew.
When you win, not say if, but when you win and you're getting out of that cage because people are throwing pop bottles at you or ring. That's what you said. When you get out of that ring and they're throwing stuff at you, you want guys like Steve protecting you.
Definitely do.
Lloyd protecting you.
Those three right there, like
it's like the four horsemen.
That's it.
I mean, they have a horseman.
They're
right
well
there,
known. DeRay himself is well known.
Yeah.
In Chicagoland area for being that guy you don't fuck with.
Well, those are the guys you want with you if you're in a fight. They're not the guys with you if you're trying to stay out of a fight.
Yeah. Exactly. That's true to the T. Yeah. Steve's calmed down. Steve's not about.
Steve's Puerto Rican.
Well, actually,
if
Puerto Rican.
If it's something disrespectful, when he's mad, it's over with. You disrespect Steve, it's over with.
Yeah.
And if you disrespect him, now you got me, Lloyd, and DeRay coming.
That's just the first
Tom's going to be there
That's
too.
Just the first way.
Exactly.
I've never seen him be sensitive about himself, but you can't disrespect his fighters.
You can't.
Like, that's the biggest deal. Other people, I don't think he takes himself too serious, but you don't disrespect with Steve.
Uh-oh.
It was at Bourbon Street.
Uh-oh.
And
at least you made it out alive.
I mean, I'm not going to get too much into the backstory, but he and I had a business partner that went to prison at one point. And for just being a total shitbag. And Steve was angry about it. I was angry about it. But for some reason, I felt that some of Steve's anger was misdirected. And I called him on it. I said, man, you've been a little weird since all of this went down. And right away it was just, like anger, right? And it was okay. We're having a conversation. And at which point, Brandon Del Prado and Mikey Welch step up. And I'm just like,
this is a while ago.
Yeah.
If you're mentioning these names, this was a while.
Well, they
ago.
were there just hanging out.
Okay.
Like they're not even fighting at this point.
Yeah, they're not.
And I just go, I'm looking at Steve and I go, hold up, Steve. He's like, okay, like he's still angry. And I look at the Prado Muncher and go, dude, we're good. Steve can fuck me up alone. He doesn't need help with this.
What are you guys doing?
Why don't you guys go take a break elsewhere? Me and Steve
are you guys here for me?
Yeah, no. Steve and I are going to talk this out.
Right.
We're good. He doesn't need help here. Trust me.
Yeah, they were ready.
And I'm speaking for myself.
They were
Steve
ready.
can whoop my ass alone. He doesn't need help.
They definitely were ready if they were there with him.
Dude, I didn't even know what Black Oak was.
Neither did I until I met them.
I'm like,
I'd never heard of Black Oak.
they're saying
Indiana.
it's two white dudes, Black Oak, and a racial epithet after it. I'm like, man, it really doesn't go over well, in certain instances being, the skin tone that you are. And Cologne goes, no, dude, they're from Black Oak. They can say that. It's okay. I'm like, okay. What do I know?
Black who?
Like, okay. Hey, dude, I'm from the south side of Chicago. I'm just trying to prevent them from saying things that might affect them later on in life. And Steve goes, yeah, no, dude, they don't really care. No, they're from Black Oak.
like Brandon reaches out to me and it's, what's
Good
up,
dude.
pussy? What's going on, sissy?
Yeah.
Oh, like it's all of that. He doesn't care. And
Yeah.
if he represents Black Oak, then I understand what Black Oak is.
and that's what they say. They're saying, like, what I was told, that they're actually the higher end of Black Oak. So the other people just don't meet their, demanding
They're the
specifications.
higher end of Black Oak.
Okay.
No, it's it's interesting though the people you meet though and run into, in this sport.
Yeah.
It really is.
You definitely meet some characters. I say that.
You meet car salesmen. You meet good people. You meet, just
Snakes,
grassroots, good people. I mean, I can't tell you how many times we're all sitting here. Every single person in this room is brought together through mixed martial arts or boxing.
It's dope. Okay.
It's interesting. I mean, would you ever? How many times have you traveled because of MMA or boxing? That place you never went.
A few, quite a few. The whole East Coast for the most part. Well, Southeast.
Even Vegas,
Carolinas, Florida, Georgia, the whole Midwest, like every state in the Midwest for fighting. I've been there.
That's pretty cool, man.